And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gem and Crypto, episode 861. Today is Thursday, December 23rd, 2021, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At 10ish, and it looks like that notification just came through on my computer. Let me go ahead and mute that. Today's top story is Jack Dorsey goes on unfollowing frenzy after Web3 beef. Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs catch up to Crypto Pumps, flips floor price, top 5 bullish Bitcoin stories of 2021, and crypto exchanges to toss up a Hail Mary at Superbowl 2022. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what's going on with those prices?
Oh yeah, taking a look at our prices today. Bitcoin sitting at $48,588, down 0.43%. Ethereum at $3,942 is down 1.4%. Binance Coin at $529 is down 0.9%. Solana at $178, down 3.3%. XRP pushing towards $1 at 97 cents, up 2.6% today. Cardano at 136, up 1% today. Terra at 92.99, down 0.11% today. And rounding out our top 10, Avalanche AVAX at 119 is down 3.5%. And I want people to kind of look what's creeping up into the top 10, looking like Polygon's trying to come for that top spot. So again, like we just discussed yesterday, their partnership with Opera, and of course, some of the scaling stuff. I'm starting to see people online talk more and more about Matic being a better scaling solution. So just watch that creeping up into the top 10.
Well, just to piggyback on that, I give it to one of our warriors. I saw some of the comments after we ended the show yesterday. And essentially someone said that when are we going to start admitting that Polygons is the new Ethereum scaling upgrade? And I was like, woo, hot take. I didn't even look at it in that point of view. Hot take. But yeah, I mean, if they're trying to do that, that would be very interesting. Very interesting. But and if they did it, then could we possibly be looking at Matic as an Ethereum competitor in its terms of token as well? So we're looking at this thing all wrong that's actually beating out Cardano, and we're looking at Ethereum, Solana, Matic, Polygon Matic, and then Cardano, which would be even crazier when you start looking at that coming from a layer 2. So I don't know. Remains to be seen. I saw some more talk about loop ring the other day. I don't think they're doing as good as a job by any means, but there's plenty of layer 2 solutions. So if all of it takes is to get market share essentially, then could that be the thing, enough of an impetus to have the community actually switch to that? Not doing as much as Ethereum, but I mean, that was a pretty good take, I thought.
Yeah.
What's going on, Jay, Walter, Ali Pio, Lawrence Sanders, Goodness, Wendy, Aaron, Dana Dane, Satoshi, Jaron, Kadeem, Pat Stacks, Tommy, Miss JL, Sean, Satoshi Slim. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Real quick question from Lawrence. What's the difference between what Web3 does as opposed to XTX?
So I told you Web3 cast a large net. So basically what's happening with STX is a part of Web 3.0, doing DeFi on Bitcoin. And some people, Peter McCormick actually tweeted, Bitcoin is the only Web 3.0 because it's the only thing that's actually decentralized, and Stacks is building on top of that. So that's sort of the difference there. But again, your definition of Web 3.0 may be different because it casts a wide net. Again, it goes to play to earn games, DeFi, NFTs, all the new different liquidity pools and DAOs, all of that falls under the umbrella. So it's not anything different. It's just something under the umbrella of Web 3.0, which that's why it's the title, Web 3.0, Web 3.0, Web 3.0.
You want to get the algorithm, we see the algorithm pop.
Yeah,
somebody talking about Web 3.0 today, huh?
Hey man, like we said, it's like the CBDC article from a few years ago where we were like, they put CBDC in here 11 times. Right. Trust me, it's coming. So Web 3.0, you can't stop talking about it. And speaking of the devil,
Jack Dorsey goes on unfollowing frenzy after Web3 beef. I sure wish some of you all will unfollow us because we still get that same old complainer tweeting us at 2 a.m. It's like an ex-girl, bro. It's crazy.
Hey, scorned ex-girlfriend that's what he's doing.
I've never seen a grown adult man tweet and message other adult men this much in my life. Like this is stuff that scared me. People are like, why haven't you done XYZ yet? I'm like, I don't even want to blow up because it's going to be like 1,000 more of these weirdos pop. With all that being said, what is going on with this unfollowing frenzy from your pal, Jack Dorsey?
Oh, man, my good friend, Jack Dorsey. I told y'all he was one of the realest in the Bitcoin space. After his statements yesterday, backed it up by unfollowing Mark Andreessen, Brian Armstrong and Tyler Winklevoss have all been cut out of.
Oh, he went after the Winklevosses. Oh man,
yeah, he was like, "Get Tyler out of here." He basically, this is what I think is happening with Jack. Jack, for once, well, not for once, but he realized Bitcoin was what he wanted to do with the rest of his life. I think personally, once he realized that, that's why he sort of pushed back against Twitter and left Twitter. And then, of course, with Block, he started with a decentralized ID and also built a DeFi platform. Because I think he's trying to build what he believes Web 3.0 really is, which it is, decentralized in nature. Good luck with that, because KYC and AML, these governments come around. But I think he's trying to build something like that. So to back himself up, he basically said, both sides of the Web3 debate bemoan the current state of the internet, dominated by a handful of large platforms. He basically was saying that maximalists distrust the Web 3.0 crowd's use of crypto tokens because VCs hold these tokens. With his statement, "You don't own Web3, the VCs and LPs do," he caused a ruckus. And basically, at this point, anybody who has come against him, he's responded to. So in response to all that, he just started following people. And everybody knows Andreessen Horowitz from A16Z. Of course, Brian Armstrong is the Coinbase CEO. We don't have any gripes there. But Tyler Winklevoss is interesting, simply because I didn't know, he was doing anything bad, but Tyler is a VC. They invest
the VC side. I give him black and white. If he's gonna go black and white, you got to throw Tyler.
He's disconnecting himself from that crowd because he knows if they are the ones who invest in all these projects, they still basically own Web 3.0 the same way Web 2.0 is owned by like 6 centralized entities. So he's starting to
Web 2.0 is definitely owned by like 6 to 10.
It's like 6 companies own Web 2.0.
Yeah, and that's real.
And that's what we were saying yesterday. Remember, we were saying Bitcoin is going to go back underground, because the same with the internet, it started underground, it gets mainstream, centralized at certain points, choke points, basically, where people have to buy, have to do KYC, but then the real innovation stays underground. The dark web is still innovative to this day. 80% of the web is dark web. That is
true. That is great.
You're only looking at 20% of the web with Google, and 80% is still underground. So that's what I'm saying. Bitcoin seems like, with Jack, philosophically, a lot of people are starting to see it's gonna go back underground. It's gonna go back to peer-to-peer, the way it was supposed to be. And the people that use it, and the ones that don't will use centralized entities for Web 3.0.
Hey, you know what? I wasn't going to say it out loud, but Reno Gamble said it. Shout out to Reno Gamble. Somebody was in the comment section. Shout out to Funky Fresh 707. Said, "I feel sorry for a Bitcoin maxi mindset." And instantly, I was about to actually message you in the chat, like, "Bro, I can stay on long today. Let me know what's up with you." Hey, Reno Gamble called it. Fuck Bitcoin Friday on a Thursday. Let's run it. We can run it. You up? Because tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Speaking of which, folks, we may be out tomorrow and possibly Monday. We will update you on Twitter, but just make sure you're subscribed, because again, either myself and Bitcoin Zay, or just myself and who knows, special guests, still will probably hop on the live stream and do a quick live just for some fun in the next few days. We get free time, maybe not, but we're planning to. And of course, if you get the masterclass, we'll be having those Christmas upgrades coming in this end of this week as well. But yes, today could turn into a Fuck Bitcoin Friday. So feel free to call in if you want this smoke.
Might wake up tomorrow ready to talk shit. You never know. Keep the notification.
That's what I'm saying, right? You know what? Christmas Eve, fuck Christmas Eve, bro. I wake up angry. But yeah, going back to what you said, it does look like he just drew that line in the sand where he's like, "Look, anybody got anything to do with it? I don't want anything to do with it." So that's pretty cool to see that. I mean, it's just said, as he said, meet the old boss, same as the new boss. That sound like, that gang thing is going to happen. Like, ain't nothing changes, the same thing. But it is crazy to see him make such a public, I think, like, not necessarily spectacle, debacle, whatever about it, but he is making like a public thing about this, which usually all these types keep underground. They don't want to embarrass their friends or business associates or any of that. It doesn't seem like he cares about any of this. He's burning the whole house down and recreating something new. And he's like, either you're on board or you're off board for it. So shout out to Jack for living what he's been preaching the last couple of years or whatever. So shout out to him. All right, Funky Fresh, don't get it twisted. I have Bitcoin and I'm giving it to my kids for the long run. But to think it's the only thing that will survive the crypto ecosystem is dumb. Oh, that's fair. No, for sure. We don't think it's the only thing that will survive the ecosystem. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Other stuff is going to survive. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there'll be other things. I think the things that will survive will be the things that start new, like new niches. Like I was talking about this today. Someone asked about the masterclass in the emails, like, hey, if I buy it, since it's been out for a few months, is the information old? And I was like, no, we're actually teaching you how to use protocols. So we're teaching you how to do, we're not teaching you how to yield farm specifically on this yield farm. We're teaching you how to yield farm. So no matter what the protocol that comes in front of you, you know how to yield farm. So it's the same thing when it comes to some of these altcoins and stuff. It's like 99% of them are dead because they're trying to copy and do the exact same thing. Like, where does Shiba Inu differ from Dogecoin, which differ from Elon Floki? Like, if you can tell me the technical difference, I am on board. But when I look at these projects, the code, the white paper, and all this, it's actually very similar, with the exception of like maybe the amount of tokens or something. So we're with you there. We do think there'll be other projects in the future, but we think those projects would be like, this is the killer NFT project. This is the killer collateralized loan project. This is the killer. I think those would be the main projects that go off in the long run, not necessarily like the projects of that specific part of the industry, not necessarily like XYZ coin or whatever that is.
And that's why we cover sectors in the masterclass too.
Sectors, that's what I was looking for. Yeah.
We don't really cover cryptocurrencies per se as sectors. Different sectors will succeed because they have a use case and different things. But yeah, I mean, no way you could think only Bitcoin will survive everything, just because there's a lot of human incentive to do other projects and use technology. So
listen, you all gonna have us rolling. Satoshi Slim says, so we off of Fuck Bitcoin Thursday because Funky Fresh cleared it up. He said, come on, someone bring the smoke. All right, let's see. And then y'all not over here doing them like that. They over here doing Tariq Nasheed and talking about, did you see the NFTs he made? LOL, bruh. Prime example of how what not to buy in NFT space, no utility. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. I gotta check those NFTs out, see what's going on. I'll just leave it there. It's been no shade thrown this way. I'm not starting nothing. All right, Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs catch up to CryptoPunks flips floor price. The two most traded non-fungible token collections vie for the top spot in sales, with BAYC in the lead. Of course, Bored Apes Yacht Club in the lead, according to OpenSea. The price of the cheapest Bored Ape NFT for sale is now 53.9 Ether, or $215,067, while the minimum asking price for a CryptoPunk is 52.69 Ethereum, which is currently worth $210,000 and $210,000 and $239,000, according to OpenSea. I mean, what is going on? I mean, I was asking you before the show, I'm like, are these real buy and sales, or is this internal? Because this is crazy. I'm seeing I bought this for 4 Ethereum. It's worth 50 Ethereum now, or 60 Ethereum, apparently, since 53 is the floor. Are these numbers real? How is it, like, what's going on in this NFT market, Bitcoin?
Beta. This is I mean, honestly, this just seems like a massive marketing scheme in order to
doesn't it feel like it?
Purchase things that show you have value. So this is one thing about the psychology of selling things and about business, is that if you have a product that costs a lot of money, just having that product puts you in a higher social status. So for some people, it may be dumb to wear jewelry, but if you wear a necklace, or if you have a Rolex that's worth $100,000, the Rolex itself is whatever, but it's the fact that you have something that's $100,000. Same thing with Bored Apes, same thing with CryptoPunks. If you own one of them, people automatically know this person's worth at least 6 figures, maybe even 7. So you're putting a higher social class. So this is why you start to see a lot of these buys. Also, you got a sprinkle of money laundering somewhere in there. You also have a lot of good marketing, because you have people like Odell Beckham, like Jay-Z, a few other rappers, a few other entertainers who have one or both of both of these. So any of these NFT collections that could, rise in value over time, these are considered blue chip NFTs, and these are the ones that make people say, hey, this person has money. So if you're not one of those famous people, seem like you got money. It says here, I want to get into in their tweets. Good evening, apes. Been hearing a question around the club a lot. When token? So it looks like they may even issue a token. When token indeed. Some thoughts below. And it looks like this project is only going forward. Bored Ape Yacht Club did kind of come out the blue, but with good marketing, you can't really predict these NFT collections. But this is how they get these huge floor prices of $210,000 for a digital token. That's a picture. Woo, man. Crazy times we're living in.
Well, Uh, First, you said something very funny to me because it was like traditional terms. I already missed it because I was looking at this Twitter, whatever. But yeah, I mean, they're talking about this token. It's easy to launch it, a few minutes, whatever. But they want to be legally compliant. XYZ. That would be huge if they actually drop the token. But I don't know if that's like the move. But of course, that's what everybody's doing. If it can't be tokenized, it will. So why not having this NFT done like that? But it's kind of interesting to see that's what I kind of wonder, like these projects when they start, how much money are they throwing at? Because like you said, they seemingly come out of left field. The next thing you know, they're huge, right? Everybody's interested. It's the go-to thing to kind of raise awareness about who you are and solidify you as whatever that is that you do in that space. But I don't know. This is still interesting to me. NFTs. I think we still haven't seen the market settle yet. So we'll see how that happens. Kaylee Fort said, did we talk about stacks NFTs in the masterclass?
Not in the initial one, but we will have a Stacks NFT webinar or video.
Cool. Mm-hmm. I am putting that on the to-do list.
Already started.
To remind you. No, I was about to say. My guy. I was about to say, I was just going to say, put it on to-do list to remind you. No,
yeah, because I got a few projects I got to advise, so they're going to be using Stacks. So yeah, I already started it.
There we go. Oh, y'all just heard about another one we're going to put in there. Make sure you get that masterclass. And I will say the discounts and everything that will be in the newsletter this Friday. But if you want to go ahead and jump on it now, the discount code is 10 off for 10% off of the masterclass. We're not doing the big 15 we did for Thanksgiving, but it's 10 off from now to January 2nd. Thanks for the tip, Willie Fails. Bitcoin Zay, where can I get one of those hats?
Believeinthecoin.com. One of our warriors, he actually created this hat. Believe in the coin. Yeah, so got to get some special issue made for the Gentleman of Crypto so we can get some more in there.
All right. Top 5 bullish stories of 2021. The year isn't over. But briefly, we feel like we'll skim through this article and just make mention of a couple of stories. So without further ado, one of the top stories was Tesla adds Bitcoin to his balance sheet, and none other than Bitcoin Zay, of course, was on Fox Business all year, putting that Bitcoin flag down in these Tesla conversations. What are your thoughts about how this move was made, and I guess how it ended? Of course, Tesla Motors. I was about Tesla Motors. Revealed in February, allocated a sizable portion of his balance sheet to Bitcoin. The company's final Form 10K filing for its 2020 fiscal year showed a 1.5 billion allocation to Bitcoin, which represented roughly 7.7% of his gross cash position at the time. And if you saw, I'm not sure, I don't want to misspeak. I think it's $2 billion or something. Is it 2 billion or 20 billion or something? I think it's 2 billion. But yeah. Elon Musk looks like he has to pay taxes this year, and it looks like he'll be paying up to 2 billion. This is why he's going to crypto. You all think, oh, we finally got him, but he's like, I finally got y'all. So anyway, what's going on with this Tesla to balance sheet? What were your thoughts on how that ended?
Oh yeah, no matter your thoughts about Elon Musk, this move basically made Bitcoin mainstream because there were a lot of people who still had their doubts. But as soon as the richest man in the world has Bitcoin on his balance sheet, there's really nobody left to argue with. And for some people, they need the richest man in the world to say, even though they have a bunch of other great examples, they need this to happen in order for it to seem legitimate. And this is great for the space because as soon as this happened, of course, remember the prices going crazy. We saw Dogecoin going crazy. And of course, this is one of the most bullish things because, again, if Elon Musk, the richest man, is talking about it, most people tend to agree. Whether or not they have the technical background or financial background, they're like, well, I'm just going to follow Elon Musk. So this was good. No matter your thoughts about him, he talks about it a lot. I think he has more than 1.5 billion planned to be on his balance sheet, and who knows what he has personally. But I think long-term, people will see that this was a huge moment in Bitcoin's timeline. This will definitely be one of the points in the timeline.
Right. I love it how you mentioned, like, because the richest man in the world has it. Not only him, like so many people. So now people are like, you don't own any Bitcoin. So everybody's wrong. You're the right person in the room. All right. Speaking of which, I saw that South Park episode. Come on, South Park. Y'all crazy. South Park funny as hell. And Credit K is hilarious talking about that Tariq Nasheed NFT, talking about they said a buck breaking coin, a buck breaking NFT.
Buck breaking NFT.
I was like, bro, that's not hilarious.
Though. Bed winch NFT.
Hilarious. I know, right? All right. El Salvador declares Bitcoin legal tender. This is another big story. I remember when this came out, I went to a meetup right after. Shout out to Todd. He has an NFT, some NFT art coming out of Santa Monica, California. But I went to one of the meetups he told me about in Venice. A couple of people had just got back from El Salvador. Speaking of which, I was thinking about that. That's something we'll probably start, I would say middle to or end of next year, folks. Be on the lookout for more articles. If you haven't already checked out our website, Leroy and those guys doing a great job posting new articles, fresh organic content coming from us. Something we'll probably explore to do more next year is when these big stories are happening from some of these countries and stuff. Hey, we're going to get some reps down there and find out what's going on for ourselves. But El Salvador declaring Bitcoin legal tender, I think was one of the biggest stories of the year because the country finally got it. I mean, it's something I will give Bitcoin's a props. You said a long time ago, he was like, bro, everybody, mayors, presidents, don't matter. Everybody's going to have it. Countries are going to use it as a reserve currency. And to see El Salvador not only take that jump, but take that jump when before you land on the other side, it was just a pit of everything that can kill you. Crocs, whatever, sharks, spikes. I mean, literally in the form of IMF, BIS. They're over there doing subs and sneak disses like, hey, if you start doing this with Bitcoin, then I don't know, this funding is going to come through to your country. Shout out to El Salvador for saying, you know what, maybe that funding doesn't come this year and we move forward without it. And they decided to do it. And I like how that worked out for them. You know, what's funny, I didn't even read the article. I literally didn't even read the article. I just saw the headlines. I didn't even see they mentioned World Bank and El Salvador and IMF. But the fact that the article also mentions it, folks, come on, like this is crazy.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And the fact that it's legal tender basically takes Bitcoin out of the securities discussion. As legal tender, people don't realize how big that move is because now Bitcoin can't be seen as a security when it's legal tender in a certain country. And because it's decentralized and anybody can use it, any country can do this. And I think this was just the first. We're going to definitely look back on this and say this was the first person through the door. And hopefully he doesn't get shot. But the best part about this is that his entire country is starting to learn about it because they got the wallet, because they got the ATMs. And even though he had to force it through, it went by like this. Remember when he said it, and it was like a week later, they had an 8-page document that showed what they wanted to do. Implementation. Here's your wallet. Here's the ATMs. Here's how you spend it. Boom. And that's how it should be done.
Because it doesn't take long.
It doesn't take all that. Yeah, that's what people.
They keep trying to make it seem like, well, we got to do this and that. It's like, no. You're talking to people who know what they're talking about. It doesn't take long.
Bureaucracy takes forever. This took a month at most to get implemented, and then they just build on top of that. Now we got the volcano mining, we got the Bitcoin bond, you got no taxes. They're just going to keep building from there, and I think countries will copy them at some point. This was a great first country, though.
Yeah, definitely a great first country. And Sirius said this is live and old replay. This is all old news. So everything with the exception of these articles we're talking about right now is old. This is the 2021 wrap up, as we mentioned, top 5 bullish Bitcoin stories of 2021. It's toward the end of the year, so everybody's doing a lot of wrap ups. I give you a hard time. One other thing I was gonna say is how they made this Bitcoin out of security. This is exactly what they're trying to do with Ethereum, people. Like I'm telling you, I am seeing it from every direction. I give him a shout out that Sean Bankless newsletter, he does a great job, but he does be sucking off Ethereum nonstop. I get it. Like they're trying to turn Ethereum into money, but it's not just him. It's a bunch of VCs out there as well. All these people that Jack Dorsey's talking about, they are the ones who are slowly taking control of Ethereum, and they want to turn it to money. So it's not a security. And then Ethereum from that point would destroy like a lot of the other altcoins as far as market cap and all that other stuff. So they're doing that with El Salvador did with Bitcoin. I think it was an awesome move. But it will be interesting to see what other countries start. What happens if a country wake up like Dogecoin is today? The
official currency of bumblefucks. Somebody actually said the SEC is the true enemy against crypto. It says BTC maxis hate XRP.
Yeah, that's what you call itself. Funky fresh. I'm about to drop. You got some time? Want me to drop the invite, or we save it for tomorrow?
I mean, that's just we haven't said that. That's not true. We've always said we don't ever side with the government regulations. Like we're on the XRP side in this fight. So
yeah, we hope XRP win. That don't mean it doesn't have. Listen, I didn't mean to cut you off, Zay. You know I get passionate about this. Like we don't hate XRP when we don't hate any of these projects. We don't care. We don't care about these projects. Like
real feelings toward these projects.
We don't even love Bitcoin. We love Bitcoin's code. Like let's throw it out like there, right? You know what I'm saying? So when you look at these projects, people, is not the actual project we don't like. It's what the project is or isn't doing. So specifically, what was one you just mentioned? What was one you just mentioned, Zay?
What coin?
Yeah.
XRP?
Oh, yeah, for XRP. We said in 2017, folks, and we were consulting people in 2016 about it. In 2017 on the live streams, you go back to those early live streams where we talk about XRP. We said it's good. It makes sense. The only problem is that I think at that time we said 2 to 4 years or 3 to 5 years. We said this is the same thing the government is going to try to do with the banks. And once they do it, the use case would be gone. That is happening with CBDCs. If the United States partners with the Federal Reserve or JP Morgan Chase or whatever, and they create a CBDC or a bank coin or a US Fed coin, there is no necesito XRP. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. That's what they were built for. You all say the same thing. So when it's like that, it's just like, no one cares about XRP. No one's mad. We hope they win the case, because if they lose the case, like the entire market is going to go down, because a ton of other projects are going to be considered securities. And all this institutional old money that's coming, everybody love, is going to go right back out the door. No, none of that money is going to prison for no investment. I can tell you that.
Hey, King, I watched this interview. Man, I forget the guy's name, but he was saying that Jay Clayton, who was the former SEC commissioner, on his way out, remember, on his way out is when the SEC went after XRP, right?
Yeah.
But a year before that, he had a meeting with Joe Lubin and a bunch of people from
Enterprise. I saw this YouTube.
Exactly. It is a little fishy there that to get rid of the competition, you just sick the SEC on them while Jay Clayton's on the way out, and then Gary Gensler comes in, and then he does whatever he does, because we don't know exactly what he's planning. But that is kind of fishy that you were having meetings with the Ethereum Alliance. Remember, XRP got the number 2 for a small period of time. And I've never told people this was the best thing to buy, but I don't hate on any cryptocurrency enough where I think regulators, it's just like how gangsters are. They was like, I don't wish jail on anybody.
Yeah, we ain't trying
to like your friend.
We'll holler at you.
I may want to kill you, but I don't wish jail on anybody. So that's what I'm saying. I don't wish, regulation on any of these projects, because I want people to, freedom is my main goal. So yeah, that meeting was kind of fishy. And then that's sort of why we said this SEC proceedings are taking so long. It's like they're just trying to bleed them dry.
Just hold them down.
It may not go anywhere. So we've always said the price number goes up, but again, use case wise, the CBDC battle may be too big. We'll see though. I don't know. But
like the moment they take their foot off their throat, which I think they will do, the price will shoot up. The only question will be, when that price shoot up, like, will it be enough to make up for the time lost with all these other projects and the value increasing there? Will it even be worth the investment, I think? Because right now, the SEC, all right, we're done with XRP. Let's say right now it goes from one and some change to $4. It still would not be worth the investment right now, people. It would need to go like $10 to $12. It would need to go to $8. I'll say $5 to $8, $7 to $8, $6 to $8 for it really to be worth an investment. Because if not, I'm telling you, the price of Bitcoin is going to outpace it. And at this point, a lot of these altcoins are outpacing it. Not saying it's fair, but
you ain't know, bro. XRP is going to 589, baby.
Hilarious. Hey, stop it before somebody takes that as like a real. You guys still.
Man, that's a meme. That's an old meme.
I know, it's better. All right, last couple of stories. Crypto becomes a multi-trillion-dollar asset class. The titles in the headlines is something you predicted. Everybody's predicted, and it's happening. So shout out to that. And then last but not least, Bitcoin, I think this last one, Bitcoin ETFs were approved. That one I didn't see coming this year. That does show the type of institutional support that's coming into the market. I don't know. It doesn't take, I think, honestly, I think ETFs and all this stuff, futures, ETFs, all this, I think it dilutes the market. I think it actually makes the price lower than what it should be in terms of fiat, because people are throwing money in every other direction but the underlying asset. But as we also saw, it's good for the overall industry as a whole, because while some people might not directly go to Bitcoin, they get an ETF, they may be more likely to get an NFT or do something in the DeFi space or all this other stuff. So it does. I do like the fact that it sheds more light on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, ETFs, I expected them to be launched in other countries, which they were, in Canada. In the US, we'll see. It's still going to be a long road for that to happen.
And last but not least, venture capital to rise. We know how some people in the space like Jack feels about this, but you can see all these different groups here at the bottom. But it's official. Yeah, VCs are coming in strong. They're coming in heavy. We've had conversation with them all year for different projects. Speaking of which, that's what it was, Zay. Some projects I'm going to holler at you on. But yeah, it's all types of stuff happening right now. So VCs are definitely here. Like, it's real now.
Oh yeah. And if you need any indication, Jack Dorsey had to come out and speak against them for for people to see how large the VC market was in Web 3.0. I don't think people understand how much they have invested in most of these companies. And they prop them up with their money. So who knows some of the backdoor stuff going on? But it is pretty bullish for the entire market. If VC money is just starting to pour in, which it is, it'll be in the trillions in no time as far as VC investment. Once we go past, you know, $50, $100 trillion market, this will be something that helps push it.
All right. Other than that, let's see. Last but certainly not least, crypto exchanges to toss up a Hail Mary at Super Bowl 2022, and another effort to show that crypto companies don't give no fucks. Cointelegraph didn't put the big game. They actually put the name. You know that's a no-go. Ezra, I don't know if you know the rules about how this other game called NFL get down, but you might want to put big game there in lieu of that Super Bowl word. But no, crypto.com and FTX scored ad spaces for their brands at the biggest sports event of next year. The big game, that's right, crypto exchange platforms, none other than crypto.com and FTX. Like, fine, we'll partner. We'll do it 50-50. We'll run advertising commercials during Super Bowl. What is this? I don't even know that number. And Roman, look, cursive and Roman numerals. Look, I've been out of school. All right. I don't remember.
56. This 56.
Is that 56? I knew the 5 and the 1. I didn't know that was 50. On February 13th, both exchanges have been working tirelessly to establish their brands and penetrate the United States market. Of course, Super Bowl ads are usually costly, some going for $5 million for just 30 seconds. Some sponsors are even willing to pay up the record high at $6.5 million for the same airtime. Of course, I don't think it's going to be crypto.com and FTX. I wouldn't be surprised to see Coinbase. And like, if Coinbase doesn't do a Super Bowl ad, come on. I won't be surprised to see them in the mix, even though Coinbase, I know, is taking the NBA by storm right now. But what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think those exchange. I would love to see like 12 exchanges have commercials on Super Bowl. Just flood the Super Bowl with crypto commercials, because then you'll get the secondary market, which is like bloggers and everybody that talks about commercials. Then they'll start talking about crypto. They're like, look, where all these crypto? It must be real. All these crypto commercials popped up. So hopefully they're funny. Hopefully they got some good ideas. And this is par for the course for every major exchange right now. Get some commercials, buy a team, start marketing.
Yeah. John C. Bland, the second what's going on, said VC money is 100% why I'm not sold on Solana. That and the bonkers node requirements would centralize it to one node processing blocks. So what I will say is long term, yes, I get you. And again, to be clear, people, maybe we probably once a week we got to start saying, for the overwhelming, I know John knows, but for the overwhelming majority of the projects, people, we only mention them as almost as like trades, in and out. A lot of these projects, like literally, like at least 95% of these projects are not worth anything. Bitcoin is the project we like to talk about because we do see the future of it. But yeah, when you talk about Solana and all these other ones, they have a long road to go before they're actually as distributed and decentralized as some of them want to be or even hope to be, if they want that, or to where their project is at operating at a mass scale. So with that being said, when we mention some of these projects, Solana specifically, we're not saying, hey, the next 5 to 10 years, Solana's taking over everything. No. We're saying Solana's so low right now, and because they do have those VCs and that pressure to go higher in terms of price, not necessarily value, they're almost willing to do whatever it takes to pump it, i.e. buy and rename everything instead of actually developing your project or product. So
copy and paste, baby. Copy and paste.
Yeah, so we agree with you. We get it. Like, we're not even looking at, like, for me personally, I'm not even looking at Solana long term, but I am taking that VC money and some of those other aspects and saying, oh, they're gonna squeeze this thing a little bit more. They definitely gonna squeeze this some more. That's the way I'm looking at not only Solana, but literally majority of the projects in this space, with the exception of Bitcoin. I don't look at Bitcoin like that because I feel like it can live on its own where the software is at, whereas a lot of other projects aren't really finished, like near completion at all, to live on its own. Neither is Bitcoin, but I feel like it's far more completed and tested than the rest. Let's see. Other than that, you got any news or anything Bitcoin Zay before we call it a happy holidays here?
I think I saw one comment here. Hold up. What happens when Miami has a Super Bowl and everything is priced in Bitcoin, Miami coin, or some crypto? That would be super dope. I don't know when the next Super Bowl is here, but that would be dope. And if that does happen, I just put people on notice. Hey, you can't come down to Miami if you ain't got no crypto. But other than that, nothing for me. Look out for those sales for the masterclass. Happy birthday to Grandma Mimi. She's 94 today.
Happy birthday, Mimi.
94. Woo, boy. And she even has Bitcoin. So if
She's
you
still married,
are under the age of 94 and you don't have Bitcoin, you're losing right now.
Hey, she married my grandpa 93, bro. I gotta get him. Hey, I'll tell him I got a single on her age.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Last couple of comments. Keone said Bitcoin is like your bank account. Ethereum is like your Dave and Buster's card with potential for awesome prizes. All right.
That's what most of these cryptos are. They give you incentives to get things. That's it.
Right. Cryptonomics. Have we spoken about Theta, old school project for streaming? Yeah, we did speak about Theta. We don't know what happened. I mean, it was a lot of hype and everything around it this year. But as we see in the past, if you promise big updates and upgrades and big things are coming, and then when the day comes, give us 6 more months or 3 more months, and then when it comes, it's not as amazing. It gets these questions. Hey, what happened to Theta? So nothing's wrong with the project, though. They've been doing a good job, and I think we'll hear more about them next year. Other than that, that is the show for today. Again, folks, we are not planning on doing a show tomorrow for Christmas Eve, but keep the notifications on. You never know. Zay and I might get drunk, start FaceTime, seeing what's up. Like, you know what? Hey, let's get on live. So,
yeah, let's get on and argue.
Yeah, right. Let's get on live and just argue with people and just trigger people all Christmas Eve. Other than that, have a happy holidays. If we don't come on tomorrow, we see you Monday. Again, from the masterclass, be on the lookout for the newsletter that's coming out. That have all the details. But we are doing 10% off discount. So 10 off is that code. 10OFF is that code. And we'll be updating it with new videos starting on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So be ready to see a few more videos in there. For those who have continued to support us, we want to make sure we gave that back to you. So make sure you smash our like and share, and we will see you all